Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to another video. I'm currently filming this video the day before New Year's Eve, so I think by the time this goes up it will be 2024. So happy New Year to you guys, and I hope you had an amazing festive period and got amazing gifts and just had a really lovely time. And yeah, as you can see from the title of the video, I'm going to be sharing with you my 12 books and 12 friends challenge picks. Now I decided to give this a try because I knew a couple of people that were going to do this in 2024, and I have tried to do this challenge previously and I failed miserably. I hardly read any of the books that were picked out for me, but 2024 I'm determined to try and read the majority of these books. And I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone on my list that has picked a book for me to read. And yeah, I'm really excited for the list that I've got. I think I've got quite a good mix of things, which is really interesting. So yeah, also if you can hear kind of rain in the background, it's pretty much storm weather just now outside, so if you hear rain battering on my window, that's what that noise is, so I can't do anything about that unfortunately. But yeah, without further ado, I'm going to not go too much into the synopsis of each of the books because we'll be here forever, but I'll give you a quick synopsis of each of the books and who's picked the book out for me and the reasoning behind it. And yeah, I'm really excited to give all these books a try and talk you through the books that were picked out for me for my challenge for 2024. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get into the video. Okay guys, so I'm going to briefly mention an honourable pick that didn't quite make it onto my list, but the person did pick out a book for me that just missed out on getting on my main list, but I'm still going to read it regardless anyway because I love the person to absolute bits. And the person that picked the book for me was the lovely Demi from Reading with Demi. I will also say if any of the people that have got channels or anything like that, I'll leave them in the link in the box down below so you can go and check them out. But Demi, of course, she's literally been taken over by the Zodiac Academy series all last year, and I think she's up to date. I'm not sure, but I started the Zodiac Academy series as well, and I only managed to get to book 3, which is Zodiac Academy The Reckoning, and I haven't carried on with it yet. So of course Demi, if she was going to pick me anything, it would probably be a Zodiac Academy book. So if you haven't read Zodiac Academy, it's been everywhere recently on BookTube and like Bookstagram, everywhere. It's not the greatest piece of literature ever written, but they are a fun time and I've only read the first 2 books and the novella currently, so I need to move on to the 3rd book, which is The Reckoning. So we follow 2 twins, Darcy and Tori, I think. Yeah, Darcy and Tori, and they've grown up all their lives thinking that they are humans, and it turns out that they are fate heirs to a throne, and they need to join Zodiac Academy to get their inheritance. It's a bully romance basically. There are like 4 different heirs, I think, of families that have basically taken over the throne until because they thought that the twins were dead in a fire, but it turns out that they're not dead, so they need to join Zodiac Academy to get their inheritance, and they discover their powers that they have as fae. And it's not the best thing ever written, but there, as Steph from Steph Love says, there's definitely crack in the pages. You just can't put it down. So I don't have a physical copy of book 3. I'm going to be reading it on my Kindle because they are all currently on Kindle Unlimited, so I'm going to read it via that. But yeah, so I had to quickly mention Demi's pick because it just missed out on the list because she did pick it out for me, but I got another book picked out for me and I didn't manage to get her on my main list, so I wanted to mention Demi's pick, which will be Zodiac Academy 3. Okay, so I have the list up on my phone here, so with all my picks and who's picked the books up for me. So if I happen to load down my phone, it's just to double check what the book is and who's picked out for me, if that's alright with you guys. So I'm going to start with my first pick, which was picked by the lovely Amanda, and I know that she absolutely loves this book, and I have been wanting to give the book a try myself, and this is a very dark romance, so I do quite like a dark romance, so, and I haven't managed to get to this book myself, but I'm really happy that Amanda picked it out for me. So the book in question is Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman. This is the new cover for it, because I think it was an indie book, but it's now been picked up by a publisher since, and this is the brand new cover, which I actually quite like. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I actually quite like it. So as I've said, this is a dark romance, and we follow the main character, Cora Lawson. She's attending her sister's birthday party. She expects at most a hangover or a walk of shame by the end of it. She doesn't anticipate a stolen wallet, leaving her stranded and dependent on her sister's fiance, Dean Asher, her arch nemesis and perpetual thorn in her side. And she really doesn't anticipate getting knocked out and waking up chained in a madman's basement, Dean in his own shackles beside her. So it's basically a kidnapping. I think they're both kidnapped and they have to try and figure out how to escape, and I think that there's some kind of romance that blossoms between them. And I have heard that there are quite a lot of triggers in here, so I will obviously check the triggers out for this, because I think it is very, very dark. But I have heard a lot of great things from Amanda and about this book, and I know Steph from Sif Loves has read it as well, and she really loved it as well. And I think both of them gave this book 5 stars, so I have got a lot of high expectations for this. And if I enjoy it, I would maybe like to read Jennifer Hartman's other books as well, because I know Amanda also read Lotus, which is the book after this one, which is a companion novel, and I think she gave that one 5 stars as well. So yeah, I'm excited to give this a try. So Still Beating is my first pick from my 12 books from 12 friends. Okay guys, so next up is Beth's pick, and she picked out for me A Man Called Uwe by Fredrik Backman. I've never read any Fredrik Backman before, but I have heard of this book and I know it's very, very popular. And I think there's been a film that's been made of it recently with Tom Hanks in it, so if I like the book, I would maybe give the film a try. And I think in this one, I've got the synopsis up on my phone because I don't own a physical copy. So in this, we follow a man who's very, very grumpy, and I think he's had a lot of sadness, I think, in his life, and he's very, very grumpy. And then there's a young family that move in next door, and I think they strike up a friendship, and it seems very, very wholesome and lovely, and I know it's very, very popular, and I have been wanting to try this for a while, so I'm really happy that Beth picked this for me. And yeah, I think this might definitely be an emotional read. I don't read a lot of contemporaries that often, but I am excited to give it a try. So yeah, so thank you to Beth for picking this out for me. And yeah, hopefully if I like the book, I would maybe give the film a try, because I'm a big Tom Hanks fan. And so yeah, so A Man Called Uwe is my second pick on my 12 Books and 12 Friends list. My third pick on this list came from my lovely friend Shanice, who I have known. She was in my class at university, so I've known her for quite a while, and I put a poll on Instagram for anyone to give me some recommendations, and she gave me a recommendation from an author that I have read from before, but this is a contemporary where I've only read this author's fantasy, so this will be very, very different. But the book in question is The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros. And you will probably know Rebecca Yarros obviously for Fourth Wing, which is the only book that I've read from her. So this is her contemporary romance book, which I've never read any of her contemporary romances before, so it'll be very interesting to see the difference in writing for a contemporary rather than a fantasy. And I don't know anything about this book. So can two broken souls help each other to heal? One final letter, his last wish, go and be with her. So I think it gives me the vibe of P.S. I Love You kind of vibes, I think. I think the main character's partner dies, I think, and he asks his brother to basically look out for his wife and child, I think, and there might be a romance that forms between them. But I'm really excited to give this a try, and this cover is really, really pretty. I do like this. But yeah, so I'm really excited to give this one a try, because obviously I loved Fourth Wing, so it'll be very interesting to see Rebecca Yarros write a contemporary romance. So fingers crossed I like this one. So thank you, Shanice, for recommending this one for my list, and yeah, I'm really excited to get to it. Okay, so next up is Lindsay's pick, and she picked a book for me that I had briefly started in November, but I put the book down because I didn't want to rush the book when I was reading it. But she picked for me The Hurricane Wars by Thea Guanzon. I'm really, really excited for this one, and it's definitely given me like Star Wars vibes, like Kylo Ren and Rey from Star Wars vibes, and I'm not going to read the whole synopsis because it is quite long, so I'll just read the back of the book for you guys. So, the Night Empire casts a long shadow over the land. Nothing can stand in the way of its might and power. Year by year, the hurricane wars take and take, and yet there is hope in the darkness. One lone light stands against the Empire. So, fantasy, enemies to lovers, romance, war going on, and I think it'll be a really, really good time. And I've really got high expectations that this will hopefully be a 5-star, so I think this will definitely be the first book that I'm going to try and read at the start of the year. So yeah, I'm really excited. So thank you, Lindsay, for picking this one out for me, and yeah, I'm really, really excited for this one. Okay, so next up is the lovely Steph from Steph Loves. I've watched Steph for such a long time, and I'm a member of her Patreon, and she's just the loveliest human being. I absolutely adore her. But she got an arc of this book fairly recently, and she read it pretty much in one sitting and gave it 5 stars and was raving about the book to all of us on her Patreon on a live show a few weeks ago, and so she recommended this one to me, and it's definitely different to anything that I've read before, but I'm willing to give it a try, and I think me and Steph have got very, very similar tastes. But she picked out for me Breakout by Kylie Kent. I'm going to be reading this again on my Kindle because I don't own a physical copies, but this is a sports mafia romance, which is very different for me, and Steph has told me so many really good things. It's a romance between an ice hockey player and the daughter of the owner of the hockey team, and he's got quite a reputation for being a bad boy of ice hockey, and the female love interest has to babysit him basically and try and help his reputation to be a better person. And I think there's a romance that happens between them, but it feels like quite dark. Obviously because it's a mafia romance, I'm assuming it will be quite dark. But yeah, I'm really excited to give this one a try, so fingers crossed. I love this one as much as Steph did. So thank you so much, Steph, for picking this out for me, and I can't wait to get to this one as well. Okay, so next up we have a middle grade pick actually, which came from the lovely Kate, and she picked out for me The Turnkey of Highgate Cemetery by Alison Rushby. I'll put a picture up on the screen because I don't own a physical copy, but this is a spooky middle grade, and let me get the synopsis up for you guys because I have no idea what this one is about. So we're following 12-year-old Flossie, who is no ordinary ghost. She's the caretaker of every soul in Highgate Cemetery. And during World War II, even the ghosts are unsafe. Flossie Birdwhistle is the turnkey at London's Highgate Cemetery. As turnkey, it's Flossie's job to ensure that all the souls buried in the cemetery stay at rest. Not an easy job for a young ghost, but a task made especially difficult by World War II. London is being attacked every night by enemy bombers, and even the dead are unsettled. When Flossie encounters the ghost of a German soldier carrying a mysterious object that seems to both exist in both the living and spirit worlds, she becomes suspicious. What is the officer up to? Before long, Flossie uncovers a sinister plot that could destroy not only her cemetery, but also her beloved country. Can Flossie and her ghostly friends stop the soldier before it is too late? History collides with the supernatural in this exciting, ethereal mystery by Alison Rushby. So that sounds really, really good. I don't read a lot of historical middle grades, but yeah, that just sounds really, really good and up my street. So thank you to Kate for picking that book out for me, and I think it's good to have some shorter reads on my list as well. So I'll definitely be saving that for spooky season, and yeah, I'm looking forward to that one as well. Okay guys, so next up we have Emma's pick, the lovely Emma from Roselanta, who I've known for quite a while, and she's absolutely lovely. But she recommended to me quite a chunky one. It's definitely the chunkiest book on my 12 Books and 12 Friends list, but I'm excited to give it a try, and I have heard really good things about the author as well, so I am a little bit anxious that I might not enjoy this, but fingers crossed I do. But the book in question is The Will of the Many by James Islington. I think that's how you pronounce that, Islington. But this is 630 pages, so it is quite a chunky one. And I don't want to read too much into this, but I think it's Roman inspired, which I've never really read from before, so that's really exciting. So I'll only read the little blurb up at the top here. So, at the elite Casinan, Academy. A young fugitive uncovers layered mysteries and world-changing secrets in this new fantasy series by internationally best-selling author of the Licanius trilogy, James Islington. Yeah, so James Islington, he wrote The Shadow of What Was Lost, which I am also interested in and would like to get to at some point. But yeah, thank you, Emma, for putting this one on my list, because it's definitely been an anticipated read for me, and it is quite a chunky one. But yeah, I am really excited to give this one a try, so fingers crossed I like this one. So yeah, again, thank you, Emma, for putting this on my 12 Books from 12 Friends list. Next up, guys, we have Kitty's pick, and I am really excited for what Kitty picked out, and I know that she read this recently and absolutely loved it. But the book in question is Bonesmith by Nikki Pau Preto. Look at this stunning cover. This is the Fairy Loot edition. I absolutely love this, and the amazing sprayed edges and amazing end papers as well. It just, the main character just looks so cool. It definitely gives me like Throne of Glass vibes, which obviously I'm a big Sarah J Maas fan, so any Sarah J Maas kind of themed books I absolutely love, and Under the Dust Jacket is absolutely stunning as well. So yeah, I'm really excited for this one. I think I'm definitely going to be hopefully reading this in January for Steph's Patreon box readathon that she's going to be doing in January, so this will definitely be on that list for sure. So in this we're following our main character who is a bonesmith, and she's called Wren. Becoming a Valkyrie, a ghost fighting warrior, is a chance to solidify her place in the noble house of Bone and impress a frequently absent father. Gideon the Ninth meets the Game of Thrones White Walkers in this dark young adult fantasy about a disgraced ghost fighting warrior who must journey into a haunted wasteland to rescue a kidnapped prince. So it does sound really good. So like Throne of Glass vibes and Gideon the Ninth, but I've never read Gideon the Ninth, but I do like those kind of vibes. So I'm really excited for this one. So thank you, Kitty, for putting this on my list. And as I've said, I'll definitely get read hopefully in January as part of the box readathon that Steph is hosting in January. So yeah, I'm really excited for this one. Okay guys, we're nearly there with my list, but I'm moving on to Aileen's pick. So thank you, Aileen, for putting this book on my list. And this is definitely giving me dark academia vibes, which I don't read a lot of dark academia, but I have heard really amazing things about this one. And the edition that I got is just absolutely beautiful. But the book in question is Starling House by Alex E. Harrow. And as I definitely would like to get to this in January for Steph's box readathon, but this edition is just so cool. So the cover is just absolutely stunning. Apologies for the reflection, but it's a clear dust jacket, so you can take off the dust jacket and it looks like this, which is so cool, and I absolutely love it. And the naked hardback is just so beautiful. It's so pretty and amazing sprayed edges and really pretty end papers which match both front and back. So yeah, I'm really happy that this got put on my list. So I don't know too much about Starling House, and I think Alex E. Harrow wrote Once and Future Witches, I think, which I would like to get to as well, because I have heard amazing things about that one as well. So I'll have a look at the synopsis for you guys. So let me have a look. So nobody in Eden remembers when Starling House was built, but the town agrees it's best to let the ill-omened mansion and its last lonely heir go to hell. Stories of the house's bad luck, like good china, have been passed down the generations. Opal knows better than to mess with haunted houses or brooding men, but when an opportunity to work there arises, the money might get her brother out of Eden. Starling House is uncanny and full of secrets. Just like Arthur, its heir, it also feels strangely dangerous, like something she's never had, a home. Yet Opal isn't the only one interested in the horrors and the wonders that lie buried beneath it. Sinister forces converge on Eden, and Opal realises that if she wants a home, she'll have to fight for it, even if it involves digging up her family's ugly past to achieve a better future. She'll have to go down deep down beneath Starling House to claw her way back to the light. So it sounds really good and quite creepy, like gothic, dark academia vibes, and I'm really excited to get to this one. So thank you, Aileen, for picking this one and putting it on my list. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this will also get read in January for the Box Readathon. But yeah, I'm really excited for this one. Okay guys, so next up is Devsia's pick. So thank you to Devsia for putting this on my 12 Books and 12 Friends list. But she picked something for me that I actually have never heard of before, which is really exciting. And it is a vampire book, which I'm always here for reading vampire books. And she picked out for me A Court of Undying Seasons by A.M. Strickland, and this cover is just absolutely beautiful. And I think I have heard of this author. She wrote In the Ravenous Dark, I think, which was in a Fairy Loot box a few years ago. And yeah, it just sounds really good. As I've said, it's vampires. In becoming a vampire, I'm less than a girl and more, or maybe I'm becoming what have always been deep inside, a blade. So yeah, it sounds really good. So it looks like there's a string of murders, vampires and humans. Main characters find the killer before she loses her life or betrays her heart. Get ready for a thrilling journey into a world of vampires, power and danger. So it does sound really good and up my street. So thank you, Devsia, for putting this on my 12 Books and 12 Friends list, and I think it will definitely save this for spooky season vampires. And yeah, I'm really excited to get to this one as well. Okay guys, we have made it to my second last pick for my 12 Books and 12 Friends, which came from the lovely Kendra, who I've known Kendra for a long time. She's definitely one of my book besties, and I'm really happy that she picked something for my list. And think it's definitely something out of my comfort zone. I don't read a lot of contemporaries, but I think me and Kendra, we do have similar tastes in some things, which is always quite positive. So she picked out for me Queenie by Candice Carty Williams. I think I have heard of this book before, but I've never gotten around to reading it before. So I've got the synopsis up here, so let's read through the synopsis together. So Queenie Jenkins is a 25-year-old Jamaican British woman living in London, straddling two cultures and slotting neatly into neither. She works at a national newspaper where she's constantly forced to compare herself to her white middle-class peers. After a messy breakup from her long-term white boyfriend, Queenie seeks comfort in all the wrong places, including several hazardous men who do a good job of occupying brain space and a bad job of affirming self-worth. As Queenie careers from one questionable decision to another, she finds herself wondering, what are you doing? Why are you doing it? Who do you want to be? All of the questions today's women must face in a world trying to answer them for her. So yeah, that sounds really good. A contemporary looking at racism, sexism, I think, as well. So yeah, so I'm definitely excited to give this one a try, because I don't normally read contemporary books kind of similar to this one. But thank you so much, Kendra, for putting this on my list, and yeah, I can't wait to get to that one. Okay guys, so we have finally made it to my last book on my 12 Books and 12 Friends list, and that came from my friend Barb from Barb's Bookland. I'll leave Barb's channel down below. She's the loveliest human being, absolutely adore her. And of course, I asked her to recommend me a thriller, because she reads quite a lot of thrillers, so I get a lot of my thriller recommendations from Barb. But she picked for me Falling by T.J. Newman. This is a thriller, and she read it in pretty much in one sitting and gave it 5 stars, so I've got high expectations for this one. So in this one, we're following you just boarded a flight to New York. There are 143 other passengers on board. What you don't know is that 30 minutes before the flight, your pilot's family was kidnapped. For his family to live, everyone on your plane must die. The only way the family will survive if the pilot follows his orders and crashes the plane. Enjoy the flight. So this sounds so tense and really exciting. So I've never read like a thriller like this. It's kind of set on a plane before, so like the enclosed kind of space. But yeah, I'm really excited to give this one a try, and I've heard really great things about it from Barb. So thank you so much, Barb, for putting this on my list, and this is my final pick for my 12 Books and 12 Friends list. Okay guys, so that is my 12 books and 12 friends list. I am really excited to get to all of these books throughout 2024, and I'm not pressuring myself to get to all of them, but I would like to get to majority of them if I can throughout 2024. I've got the whole year to do it, but thank you to every one of my friends that picked out books for me, and they all just sound so good and really up my street, and I can't wait to get to all of them as well. So if you like the video, give me a like and subscribe, and let me know if you're doing the 12 books and 12 friends challenge, what you've been picked out, what is your first read of 2024 going to be. And yeah, if you liked the video, give me a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys!